Nobody really talks about this. Well, part of like growth. Um, Sometimes growth feels boring, not painful, not dramatic, not exciting, just boring. Imagine you're doing the same habits. You're showing up again. You're praying again. You're going to gym again. Trying again. And I think that's why a lot of people quit. I used to think growth like always will feel like it will inspire me. Like every day is like I feel like motivated because like I am progressing. Like every step forward is again exciting. But honestly, a lot of growth doesn't feel like that way. Um in my perspective, I thought when I start improving myself, like again I would feel like motivated. But some days it just like feel repetitive. It's pretty much like eating the same food every single day. And at first, like yes, it's of course it's like it's a beauty. I mean like how like motivation and all that. But like when it comes to like a food perspective, even though if it's like that is your favorite food of all time, like if you keep eating it like every single day, you will get like tired of it and the flavor will just get like bland. But the reality is that I'm realizing is growth is usually quiet. It's the small things nobody sees, the workouts that nobody claps for, the prayer that nobody hears, the videos that like only get a few views, and then the days that, oh, I keep going even though nothing felt different. But that's growth, too. That's growth. There are days that I go to gym and nothing feels special. I do the same routine, same habits, same effort. But later on, I realize like those normal days are what built me. Not like the big days or like the extravagant or like the exciting days. I think a lot of like people quit because they expect growth to feel excited all the time. And then when the quiet hits and nobody notices, like when the results are like very, very slow or like almost none, they think that nothing is like happening. But in my perspective right now, like maybe something is like happening. It's not just happening underneath, like underneath. It's in the surface. It's okay. It's like a planting a seed. For a while, you don't see anything. You water it, you wait, you keep taking care of it, and even when nothing looks different, something is growing underneath. It's not like visible yet, and I'm starting to realize that becoming better isn't always emotional. It's just like obedience, and it's just discipline, and sometimes just like doing what you said you would. And I know all of this is like repetitive. I have to do it even though it's like boring. I'm realizing that the boring days are testing whether I really meant for what I said. It's like keeping a promise to myself. Before I didn't get that, like I'll just like do it tomorrow or I'll just like do it next week. I'll start tomorrow. Like and I I mentioned this on my last video, and I'm on that point that like it's boring now, and it's pretty much like a test. It's like a test to myself that like am I really like committed to like the things that like I said to myself, like I keep a promise to myself. And going back, like that also shows like your character. Um, if you cannot hold yourself like accountable, if you can like hold a promise to yourself, like how can you hold like other people's promise, right? How can you be trusted? And you know what, like in the end, or like in right now, boring growth isn't a bad sign. It's not a bad sign at all. Maybe it means you're building something stable, because chaos feels exciting. Now it like makes sense. Like they always tell me that like chaos feels like exciting, it's motivated, and old habits can feel really really exciting, like butterflies in your stomach. And the distractions can feel exciting as well, like the unpredictability, like the feisty nature. It's all exciting, but peace, discipline, consistency, oh, sometimes they feel boring at first until you realize they're changing you in a later day. It again, the seed metaphor. It takes years. If you want change, it takes years to do it, and you'll just like notice like your growth will skyrocket after 2 years or 3 years. And so, if your growth feels boring right now, if you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, I've been there. And when nobody is like noticing, when nobody's like clapping, if the results are very very slow, or like sometimes like there's none that you feel, you know, just don't quit early. Just don't quit. Keep going. You might be in the part where roots are growing. You need to build like a solid foundation before you build like a beautiful house. I mean, of course, I'm learning that growth doesn't always feel exciting. I'm still like learning all this. Sometimes growth feels quiet. Sometimes growth feels repetitive. Sometimes growth feels boring. But maybe that's where discipline is built. Maybe that's where trust is built. And maybe that's where you become like the best version of yourself. So keep showing up. Keep showing up even when it feels really really boring.